Ooh, they got a Paladin this time around. This is what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Like, would Rogue Mage be any better with a Paladin, having that Blessing of Protection?
Fire,
having
too.
very powerful cooldowns, and also the instant fear for the Gargoyle from the turn evil. They can control that Gargoyle. They've got more trades for physical damage. This could work wonders for the Workshop, and they really need it to.
Yeah, the Workshop is definitely heating up here, cooking up some new strats in there, with Albrecht also going on the Fire Mage. Going to open up here onto Jamusa. Big Cheap Shot Kidney to get the pain suppression there already being forced. Mirlal did commit the Shadow Dance there, already trading out his evasion as well. Albrecht getting the first Blessing of Protection. Gargoyle is out and pumping though for Lovenum, and Albrecht could be in trouble, but Jamusa still needs to try to make sure that he stays alive here. The Combustion has still not been popped for Albrecht. Full blind coming out onto Jamusa here. They want to force out his Trinket, maybe with crowd control. Can he get the follow-up CC? They do find the Ring of Frost, actually swapping to Jamusa there as well, forcing out his Trinket, and if they can connect here with the Combustion, it could just be lights out, Sid.
Yeah, he's got Dragon's Breath off cooldown. He's likely looking for a double here. Scatter shot onto the Rogue. They're trying to peel. There's the double Dragon's Breath. They're letting it sit, waiting for that kidney shot diminishing return because he's got no way to get out, but he gets a double fear. They're both going to immediately break free from that with a nice dispel from Chaz. Paired up with it, grip onto the mage, trying to pull him away. Now full freezing trap. Chaz has no escape mechanism, but Jamusa's into the full kidney shot. It's a race to the finish. Who is going to fall first? The Garrote connects from Mir, and the Workshop take Jamusa down, trading the ice block at 1% health as Chaz has now finally escaped crowd control. And this composition is looking a lot better than the Rogue Mage Priest that we saw against No Tears Just Dreams earlier on in the tournament. But maybe it's not over. What is going on with Mirlal? He's just dying to sniping around the corner. Disengaging in. Dragon's Breath. He deters the CC.
Does he land the trap? There's no way.
He killed him anyways. He killed him anyways. There's no... Dude, what? Lovedum has cooldowns. He's not trading. He's being super greedy right now with that Icebound.
Dude, Chaz and Albrecht have nothing. If they can connect one more Scatter Trap, they can actually win this 2v3. Lovenum is back to full HP. They don't have Combustion. They don't have a lot of damage offensively. Frostbolt coming out here for Albrecht. He's trying to buy time to Kite. The beautiful Icebound Fortitude here, just reducing some of that damage. The Death Pact coming in as well. And if they can just get if they can just get a Scatter Trap right there. Oh no, it breaks. Oh, the DK breaks it with the dots. And I don't think they're going to be able to win with that. Sadly, Lovenum, he doesn't have Anti-Magic Shell. He just uses Anti-Magic Zone. Maybe if he lines a bit, but that was really their moment right there. They needed to land that trap, and I think Albrecht is going to connect here onto Lovenum, and he's
hardcast
Pyro, and he gets interrupted on it, but I don't think it's going to matter. Lovenum actually has Anti-Magic Shell, but he gets counterspelled, he gets impact on, he gets it back though. Oh my goodness, they messed up here, they disrespected a little bit, and Chaz has his Trinket though, so he's going to Trinket that.
I think you could Dark Sim a heal from the Paladin, maybe. They're actually going to kill him. Dark Sim the Paladin heal, please. Oh my god, they're both at 1%. No, Brand goes down with Lovenum at 1%. He's trying to line aside the Paladin. Chaz is trying to finish him. Oh my god, Lovenum, you have to. No, it's a 1v1.
What?
Between a Hunter and a Paladin. I don't even know who wins this. I've never seen a 1v1.
Okay, so from my understanding, Hunters suck in 1v1 against healers. They don't have any healing. They just have Chimera Shot
but
that heals them for like a little bit. But yeah, it's a 0 CD healer, and this is a Paladin. I don't think they do too much damage. Oh my god, this is the first game, man. This is Championship Sunday. Bro, I haven't even like sat down in my chair, had a glass of water. Yeah, bro. My god, what's going on? We got a 3v3 into a 2v3 into a 2v1 into a 1v1. What's going on here?
I'm gonna say right now, the 1v1 might take a little while. This.
All right.
I mean, if you really think about it, right? Like Sniping could just freezing trap and camo anytime he's about to lose. So I actually think he either can win this or at least tie it. Would be my. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I watched Chaz in a 12-hour Discipline Mage versus Frost Mage 1 versus 1 in TBC. This man, he didn't even go to the bathroom. Like if there is one healer that you don't want in this situation, it's Chaz. Like, if you ask me before the tournament, who's the worst healer that could have a 1v1 against in the entire tournament, I would probably say it's Chaz. Luckily for him, or luckily for Sniping, Chaz doesn't have a lot of cooldowns here, so maybe he can make it work. His mana isn't that high yet, so maybe. But one thing that is worth noting as well, Sid, is that if this game goes on for 25 minutes, it's a draw, and both teams get a point.
Which is still better for No Tears because they technically lost their priest first. Like even if it's a tie, I think that's a win for them on the Hunter Priest. I almost kind of wonder if they should be able to make an agreement to make this a tie or not, because I don't think this can end. If Chaz doesn't want it to end and Sniping doesn't want it to end, I legitimately don't think this can end. for 25 minutes. Like, there's literally no circumstance, I think, where either person can win. Like, maybe, I mean, what is Chaz gonna do? He's waiting for his bubble, obviously, and then, like, what, he's gonna get all his cooldowns and run at the hunter? I mean, I don't think he's killing him, man. I think Chimera Shot healing is more than enough to heal through the Paladin. Like, that Judgment did nothing. Literally doesn't even scratch the hunter. It's either Sniping wins or this times out at 25 minutes. I don't think there's any other result.
Yeah, it's very possible. Like I said, we're kind of getting into uncharted territory here. But Chaz mana is just going up and up. And look at him. He's crossing the map on that Frost Trap because he doesn't want to deal with the damage that's going to come out from the hunt there. So I feel like you're right, though. I think Sniping probably wins this, or it's going to draw. I think it's actually Chaz playing for the draw here. I just don't see it because Holy Paladins, it's not like on retail. They don't just pop melee wings and sand you. Like he doesn't do any damage. Like I don't think he has any damage really. Like he has like Judgment and he can hodge him and I guess like auto attack him a bit, but I don't think there's too much outside of that he can actually do. So I don't even know if it's worth it for him to try to be offensive like that because he's gonna have to heal more.
He's probably just gonna auto attack the pet for mana and just line of sight the hunter would be my guess. Like even these snare traps with the roots aren't really enough. But maybe we have to wait for readiness. Maybe there's like some weird like scatter shot, rapid fire, silence, readiness, reset on a root, and maybe Sniping can like get a ton of damage up. But even if he does, then he's got bubble. So I don't really see that working for him. He's continuing to just lay down the frost trap. There's a silencing shot. Gonna pop an on use trinket. This is where his damage is gonna be kind of peaking a bit here. So is Chaz ready for it? There's the scatter shot into the trap, looking for a reset, getting out of range. Snake trap root. He consecrates the snakes. He's getting decent damage with his cooldowns. I'd say he is actually starting to put Chaz behind. Maybe Sniping can win this on attrition, but it still feels like it's going to take at least a little bit. He's popped his first rapid fire, but he can't get in line of sight. And he's got his readiness, so he could do like a silencing shot, maybe even just readiness to scatter at this point when it's off DR and go for another scatter. He's popped his rapid fire again into a silencing shot, and I think he's going to try and go for the kill right here, but Chaz is more than tanky, I think, with the plate armor and his shield. He's just going to be running laps around the circle. Another freezing trap, disengage around, 360, disengage, no scope. Trying to get in line of sight of the Paladin here with the snake traps on the ground, but, I mean, he is technically getting out of mana, but he can just Divine Plea.
Yeah. Divine Plea reduces his healing, though, so he wants to Divine Plea when he won't take damage. Like right now, he hodges him, he crosses the map. This is a situation where he's not going to be taking much damage at all, and he can just recover his mana, that blue bar under Chaz's HP. And when that goes to 0, he can't cast any spells, so that's what Sniping is playing for. Now, in Cataclysm, there's no such thing called Viper Sting anymore. Thank goodness for that. So unfortunately, he can't drain him. Now, if you are used to watching, retail WoW as well, you might be wondering, where's dampening? Yeah, that doesn't exist. There's no dampening. So Chaz is always just going to do 100% of his healing. The only dampening that exists is just the Mortal Strike effect that some classes have. I think Hunters have it on aimed shot. I could be wrong about that, though. It keeps changing back and forth. But yeah, so Sniping, he's just gonna sit through another Hammer of Justice. Chaz gonna cross the map here, doesn't want to deal with the traps on that side. And what do you think about the Wolf? Is the Wolf the optimal Paladin?
The optimal 1v1 pet? Which is because stats, right?
I actually think Sniping might be making an error here. I've seen, so in Cataclysm, Hunters, they have multiple pets. He can dismiss this Wolf and summon a different pet. And one pet that I think would actually just straight up win him this is the Spider. I think if Sniping, I don't know actually, did he farm the Spider on TR? I don't actually know. Do you have to farm it? Maybe he just gets it.
Like
Either way.
When I did a Cata boost on my Hunter, it gives you a bunch of like pets, but I don't remember it giving the Spider.
Yeah, so the Spider is... The Spider is extremely powerful because it shoots a web, and the web doesn't break on damage. So you can just pump into it with the arrows. And Chaz is going to have to dispel every single web, which is going to cost him a lot of mana. So I actually think, I mean, I don't actually know. I think the Wolf just gives a buff, right? Like a 5% flat crit buff, right? I don't think it does anything outside of that.
I don't think it has any utility. But
I actually think the Spider is way better.
I mean, he's using the snare trap. Is he? What's happening there? I mean, he could. Oh, maybe he is going to switch pets. But I mean, someone could disconnect, right? I mean, maybe you play this out just on the off chance that someone disconnects. Like, it's entirely possible. I mean, you got to keep doing this 1v1 now for another 15 minutes before it's going to tie. And Chaz just keeps getting these hammer justices and crossing the map every time that he gets it. And it seems like this new strat adaptation, like Snipe is not even getting close to killing him like he was earlier. It's getting worse and worse for Sniping, it feels like, unless he can come up with some other strategy here. Keep Chaz pinned in place long enough, but with that Blessing of Freedom, the high plate armor, it is looking difficult for him to get much going here as he's just continuing to run circles on the, they need to like what's it called, you know, like if you walk in the forest, it like creates like a tread on the ground if you walk a path too much. If you're following a path, they need some like treads on the pillar after this. They're just going, there's a hammer of justice and Chaz is just gonna book it across the map, and every time it's his mana just goes up every time he does one of these hammer of justices. He doesn't even force a bubble or a bop now, and it's been like 6 minutes.
Do you think there's a world where Chaz gets full mana and then he goes for the full send edge with wings and everything? He just goes in and just pretends he's a paladin for a bit?
I mean, I just don't know if you do enough damage. I swear Chimera Shot healing is actually obnoxiously high. It'll actually...
It's like 5%.
I swear it's an insane amount. He'll probably Holy Shock judge him, he'll Chimera heal it back, and then he'll have Holy Shock judge off cooldown, and he'll Chimera and heal it back. I mean, that's what's been going on right now. Chaz has just been tossing a judgment and hasn't even scratched the Hunter's health bar yet.
I don't feel like he's committed, you know, yet. Like he's not committed.
You think he's got a secret strat? He's just trying to pick his mo. He's just like waiting for Sniping to get angsty and trinket a Hodge or something, and he's going to go for it.
This is Chaz we're talking about. What's his team? He's in the workshop. You think this man is not cooking right now? He is cooking. He is cooking up the strat right now. Right now, him, Mir, Albrecht, they're probably calling up the entire ladder, discussing how they're gonna win this. They're probably discussing with like the entire like class order hall of paladins. Flynn is probably in the call, telling him, "Just do this, bro." And I think they're gonna figure it out. I swear. I think there's gonna be a moment in the game where Sniping trinkets to like do damage, and then Chaz is gonna wait for his time. He's gonna wait for a Chimera to come in. Then he's gonna send the Hodge, wings, and just full send the damage. Go bubble offensive. Yeah.
I mean,
let's be honest, it's not
full
gonna
bubble offensive. I mean, you're living in a fantasy land, right? Chaz just wants the tie, dude. Chaz is just playing for the tie. Honestly, this is just Sniping. Whoever gets more mentally exhausted from this is the real loser. Like, you need to do whatever it takes to not make you mentally exhausted for the rest of the series, because obviously, like, when all three players are live, it's a very dangerous game, and you got to be on the ball. But in this 1v1, there's not really a lot of threat going between these players, so this is more just like a mental thing. I think, like, yeah, you don't want to wear yourself out, honestly.
He's just taking a break.
Like, I mean, it's been like 10 minutes now, and he hasn't got even close. Chaz has just got up in mana. He hasn't got a bubble or a bop. Like, I don't think in a 1v1 that he's really going to be able to do anything from this point. I feel like we need to make a new rule that's like, if it comes down to this, that they can make like a gentleman's agreement or something to make it a tie, because both of them obviously want the tie. They both want the tie at this point. It's just a situation where it's just not going to be possible, I think, after watching them play it through here as their cooldown. So I think they are working that through, possibly to be negotiating a tie at this point to save ourselves the 12 minutes of Chaz running across the map. I think that's what we're doing here. It's going to be an agreement. We're going 1-1, which, I mean, for No Tears Just Dreams is way better than than what it would have been. So that effort was worth it for them.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
and we are going to see
he is going Frost. Yeah. What?
I like it.
What?
Honestly, I'm going to say something that maybe this might be a little bit controversial, but I think that Priest is not good whatsoever into this comp, into RMP. I think that Priest is got to be the worst healer. Right, yeah, I know. But I think Priest is so easy to CC, and once you CC them, their pressure stops, and that's their whole win condition to win in 1 minute. So I feel like you just Nova CS Ring Priest or Deep Ring Priest or Cheap Shot Ring Priest.
We flared him out. That's so bad.
Oh, that's not ideal for me. Who are they going to go? They're going after the DK here behind the pillar, but he gets gouged on the AMS. This is actually not that bad. If they can get crowd control onto Jamusa, it could still work. They get a disarm there as well onto Love Now, but Albrecht is pushing in, and look what's happening, man. And Jamusa, I will say, is playing very well right now with the positioning, but look at Smoke Bomb coming out onto Love Nub, almost going down instantaneously here. Can they get the crowd control into Jamusa? Albrecht finds the polymorph. They got the power infusion. Here comes the damage. Can they get the reshape? They get the deep freeze out of it. There's the pain suppression onto Love Nub, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. They still have another Smoke Bomb here, Super Tees.
Oh, the counter spell into a kidney shot. Lovenum has Trinket. I'm so surprised to not see him use it here. He's Garroted. Anti-magic shield comes up so soon, but the barrier's way too late. I can't help but feel like they just underreacted.
If you're playing this Priest PHDK, you just got to run at them. You know, like their game plan isn't longer than a minute. Like if this game goes on longer for a minute, most of the time it's in favor of the workshop, unless you have like insane pressure, you know. So for No Tears Just Dreams, I feel like they just want to go in there and just full send it and utilize the Master Spell, because that is the strength of the Priest, right? You get that Master Spell so you can just KO the mage instantly. So I think that's what you got to do. Don't get split up, run in together, and just zug. Less brain, more zug. Let's see what they decide to do here. Chaz is still in the room. Albrecht's in Invis. They didn't get him out. And Mir is also in stealth. So the Rogue and the Mage are both invisible right now. You get a sheep shot into a full Ring of Frost. No, they're actually
all hitting the Priest.
Big opener here on the Priest, but the anti-magic zone comes out. And here comes the Scatter Trap onto Chaz. Albrecht could be in big trouble here, Sid.
All right, Pain Suppression, anti-magic zone, but they get a Ring of Frost now. They could switch targets. They're trying to race down the mage, but the Gargoyle got Ring of Frosted as well. That's a big value Ring of Frost. Albrecht is able to stay offensive with it as a result. He gets a double fear. Jamusa's taking tremendous pressure, drops down the barrier. He gets counterspelled again. Albrecht is just sniping every cast that he sees, but he's forced into the block. Full kidney. Trinkets. Can he garrote the trinket? Does he have a way to do it? They're going to blind him low and get a double fear. He liches out of it into a dismantle. Complete control from the workshop. If they can survive just a little bit longer here, can they get a sap? They get a sap off the blind. I think he's about to get Sam X, dude. When you trigger the kidney, you get blind sap 3 times into another full kidney, and then you're probably just getting sent garrote, likely into a full kidney here, and he's got no trinket. But Albrecht falls at the same time. We're going to another 2v2. Chaz and Mir. Priest Rogue is really strong. I can't see them losing this, but they don't have any CDs.
They have a Shadow Dance, and they're going to really need to make it count here. Mir going for the Gouge, pulling up some energy. There's the Scatter onto Chaz. It double breaks. Fear. He gets a Fear onto Sniping. Did they get the Fear onto the Monkey as well? Because then he can't use that Roar of Sacrifice. Oh, nice. He dropped the Roar of Sacrifice right before that Fear, and that's why Mir and Chaz are not going here. They use their Shadow Dance there as well. So if you are the Hunter, you always want to time your Roar of Sacrifice with the Shadow Dance of the Rogue. Those are synced for Sniping. Sniping could be in trouble here, and it's all going to be about the setup. Can they land it onto Chaz? He's got no Trinket for another 30 seconds. Mir's got nothing as well for a little bit. If they can land it, they can take the game over. But look what Chaz is doing. He's standing inside the Death and Decay. It might actually break to that, but they do get a full trap. Mir, what are you going to do? He drops a defensive smoke bomb there. Sniping not able to connect with the damage, but still
Silence.
A lot of pressure. Silence shot coming out onto
Scatter.
Chaz. Sniping, looking for the KO. Can he find it? They grip
no way.
Mir gets dropped. And no way, No Tears Just Dreams are going to make it happen again. No Tears Just Dreams versus the Workshop. RMP versus PHDK. Game number 5 on a Grand Arena. Who is going to take it here? We got Albrecht, Chaz, and Mir about to cook up another opener. And for No Tears Just Dreams, I really feel like if they can get the Rogue or the Mage out of stealth early on, it's going to be so good for them and for their pressure in general. Albrecht going for that invisibility. And I think he's going to be able to
got the mage.
That. But Lovenum gets him out. This is
instant
a big opening
AMS
for the PHDK. Big AMS. They're connecting all the way onto Albrecht here. And Jim back in the back line here, just staying away from crowd control, letting his DK and his Hunter. Oh my god, massive crits onto Albrecht. He's going to be forced into the ice block. Can he get the Master Spell? They do get the Master Spell. Full trap on Chaz. He trinkets out. If they get the Fear, it could be game over.
Musa is in position, moving closer. He doesn't want to risk it. He's just trying to Master Spell CC. They silence the mage, and Musa's playing safe, avoiding crowd control behind the pillar at the moment. But he spent so much mana. He's probably purging a lot in this type of matchup, trying to dispel, make sure his teammates are out of CC. They're going to strangulate onto Chaz. Lovenum's moving in. He gets dispelled out of the Nova. Nice dispel by Jamusa. He's getting in there for a Fear. Is he going to get in line of sight? He gets deep frozen before he can into a Ring of Frost, but it is going to be on DR. But it might not matter. It's so much damage onto the mage right now. He's just standing on top of him. They eat the freezing trap, but he might just die anyways. It's so much damage. He impact stuns the Hunter. Feign death on the polymorph. Albrecht. Blink counterspells the Priest to try and turn it around, but Sniping is just pew-pewing so much damage onto Albrecht. I don't think he can stay in, but he gets gripped. He's not going to be able to get away. They dismantle the Death Knight for a moment, trying to stall down the pressure, but it's really the Hunter that is just raining in arrows from afar. He manages to get back to the pillar. They gouge the Hunter. Death Coils are coming in. He's Chains of Ice. He can't move. He's trying to get back and spell steal some buffs off. to try and stabilize a little bit. They're standing on the priest, getting ready for the freezing trap. They defensively fear behind the pillar into a polymorph. Sniping trinkets into a cheap shot. Kidney shot over onto the Death Knight. Deep freeze on Jamusa. They got every trinket from the PHDK. They still have one more ice block. They've still got one more chance here, but now breaks mana. He's actually totally out of mana. How is he going to get an Evocate?
Yeah, it's not looking too good here for Albrecht, but Jim had to trade out his trinket as well. It's going to be about which one of these priests can land the fear first, which one of these mage/hunters can land the CC first, and it looks like Sniping is moving in for it. He gets dispelled on the fear. The Water Ellie eats the trap there. Lubnub in a lot of trouble. Jim with no mana left as well here in the back line, spamming out the heals there with the penance. He had the aura mastery for that one as well. He's moving in for the game-winning fear potentially. Can he land it on the Chas? He has Will of the Forsaken. He could easily go for it, even if he gets feared first. But Chas with the fear ward, I think they're on the fear. I think he's going to be able to avoid it. What an insane play. He's playing that Night Elf, so he can't win that fear war, but he can avoid the fear. He can buy his team time. Deep Freeze comes out. There's the Ring of Frost. They need to take down Lubnub right now. They get the Ring of Frost, but Albrecht's on 1% HP. Defensive sniping. They can't get the kill just yet. Albrecht's still very low. Lubnub all over him. Can he take him down? Jim USA moving in for the game-winning fear. Finds the triple. There's the silencing shot onto Albrecht. Lubnub is all over him, spamming out the death code, spamming out the chaotic strikes, and it's gonna be a cross kill for the third time in the series.
Oh my god. Well, Chaz has way more mana right now, but who wins this match? I feel like Hunter has got a lot of CC for the Rogue and can just kite him out. And Emir doesn't have CDs. Jamusa is drinking. Chaz is trying to get in there. Fear's coming off CD soon. No Holy Ward or Fear Ward for Jamusa here. He's going to get kicked actually on a cast. And he's snared by the Crippling Poison, so Chaz might be able to sneak up on him here. Into the Gouge now. Maybe setting up for a kidney shot. Shadow Dance is in 10. He's just going to send damage here, but it's not like he's really... Maybe baits a Roar of Sacrifice? Maybe he's just going to kill him. It's not even Shadow Dance. What is this damage? They fear him out of the kidney shot, preventing him from recovering. Mir goes behind the pillar. They're trying to dispel the Hunter's Mark. He has to dodge the flare. He steps back in at the end of the fear to go for a Garrode. He's got Shadow Dance. That's it! The Workshop have done it! 3-2!